Hi, Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. Okay, now we will start with 3.1 introduction. This is for module 3. Okay, let's look at coverage of the topic. The first one, we will look at definitions of CVP analysis, and then followed by objective of CVP analysis. Next, the third one, we look at assumptions under CVP analysis. And last one, we look at limitations underlying CVP analysis. Okay, this is after completing this topic, you should be able to explain CVP analysis, objective, assumptions, and also the limitations underlying CVP analysis. Okay, now let's start with definitions of CVP analysis. Okay, CVP analysis refers to marginal cost. A marginal costing approach. It is a costing technique which differentiates between fixed costs and variable costs, and we determine the effect of those costs on profits as a result of changes in output. So this CVP analysis is the study of interrelationship of sales revenue, costs, and also profit. So how to calculate your sales revenue? Sales volume multiplied by selling price per unit. And then cost in this case will refer to both fixed cost and variable cost. Alright, CVP analysis is used to determine the effect of changes in an organization's sales volume on its cost, revenue, profit, and the organization's mix of products or services. So cost behavior is important in CVP analysis. So under CVP, actually cost item we can classify in terms of several classifications. One of it is based on cost behavior. Under cost behavior, business can classify cost items into either variable cost, fixed cost, mixed cost, or step cost. But under CVP analysis, we concentrate on fixed cost and variable cost only. Okay, this is the objective of CVP analysis. Alright, the first one is provide information to management on the effects of changes in cost or output on revenue in the short period of time. Number 2, second objective, okay, CVP analysis helps to identify profit relationships, costs, and volumes for determining relative profitability and to compare intercompany profitability. Number 3, okay, to set budgets. We can use CVP analysis to set budgets, whereby CVP analysis is useful in setting up flexible budgets that indicate costs at different levels of activities. Okay, next, number 4, it helps performance evaluation by focusing on profits achieved and costs incurred. Okay, next, it plays an important part in stabilizing volume. Break-even analysis helps organizations to formulate pricing policies. Okay, number 6, CVP analysis helps to determine the number of overheads that should be allocated to product costs at different levels of operations. And the last objective, the analysis focuses on the importance of achieving capacity to achieve economy. Okay, now let's move to assumptions underlying CVP analysis. Okay, the first one, all other variables remain constant. Okay, we assume that all other variables remain constant. Okay, under CVP analysis, we assume that all other variables apart from volume remain constant. Volume is the only factor that causes revenue and cost to change. Okay, in reality, these assumptions may not hold true, as for example, economies of scale may be achieved as volumes increase. Similarly, if there is a change in sales mix, revenues also will change. Furthermore, it is often found that if sales volume are to increase, sales price must decrease. Okay, number 2, we assume that a business has a constant product mix and produce only one kind of product. Okay, number 3, in CVP analysis, cost linearity is preserved over the relevant range and revenues are constant per unit. And assumptions number 4, okay, we assume that profits are calculated on a variable cost basis, or we use marginal costing approach. So if absorption costing is used, it is assumed that production volumes are equal to sales volume. Okay, number 5, the analysis applies to relevant range only. Assumption number 6, under CVP analysis, costs can be segregated into fixed and variable portions, and total fixed costs remain constant at all output levels. Number 7, the analysis applies only to a short-term horizon. Okay. Next, number 8. Sales volume is the only cost driver for both variable and fixed costs. And number 9, the last one, which is the last one, okay, we assume that complexity related fixed costs do not change. This is number 9. Okay, next we look at limitations of CVP analysis. Alright, it is actually lack of accuracy. And then the linear assumptions can be applied to a relevant range only. Okay, we assume that the third limitation. Okay, third limitation, selling price may have to change to suit demand pattern. Okay, and then next, CVP analysis regarding inventory levels. Okay, in reality, inventory levels may change. CVP analysis presumes that there is no change in the inventory quantities, which means that the opening inventories is the same as the closing inventories in that particular period. For example, if the opening inventories is 1000 units, then CVP analysis will assume that the closing inventory also 1000 units. It is seen that there is no accurate at the stock level. It also can be said that production of quantity during the period is also the same amount with the quantity sold. If the inventory units change in CVP analysis, then it will cause to turn into more complicated. Okay, the last limitations, it is difficult to separate between variable cost and fixed cost elements. Okay, because under CVP analysis, we assume that costs can be segregated into fixed and variable elements only. Okay, but in real situation, some of the costs are classified as mixed costs. For example, telephone charge. Okay, whereby there may be a fixed monthly rental charge and a variable charge for calls made. Okay, that's all for 3.1 under Introductions of Module 3. Thank you. Bye-bye.